Hi guys, welcome to CycleGF channel. In this video we're going to be talking about how does a scam work in blackjack games online. In order to understand how the scam works on blackjack games, let me emphasize on two aspects of the scam. One is called the card sequencing, and the other one is actually the 21s. Okay, the dealer keeps getting 20 or 21. So let me explain, these two aspects of the scam. What do I mean by card sequencing? First of all, a card sequencing is basically, the cards are arranged in such a way during the shuffling. So in shuffling, basically, I mean, we have seen previously in our previous video that online shuffling is fake. Most of the time, this deck is actually shuffled behind the scenes and through algorithmic shuffling. And these shuffle basically makes sure that the casino gets a unique sequence in the favor of the house. All right, now this also happens in land-based casino, by the way. This is why they put the cutting card right in the middle or less than the middle. So by doing that, the card sequencing ensures that the high cards are always up front. The low cards are up front in the first half of the deck, so that it favors the house, and the high cards are on the end, and then they place the cut card right in the middle, and cutting off the low cards from the high cards. So when the card counter, for instance, when they're counting, he needs enough time to count the card, right, in order to reach positive count. So by the time he reaches positive count, it's too late. The cut card is already, somewhere less than half of the deck, and he will never be able to count card properly. And that's one of the scam work of the casino. And in online, it works the same way. Usually, you'll find the cut card. Maybe they put the cut card on 1/3 of the deck. That's absolute scam. I mean, there's no way you can count cards if the cut card is right on the 1/3 of the deck. You see it all the time on Evolution and Pragmatic. They put the cut card right on the 1/3 of the deck, okay, and then they shuffle quite frequently. Another aspect of the scam is which is very common online and even in the land-based casino, that the dealer keeps getting 20 and 21. And you wonder why. So especially when you are betting high, dealer keeps getting 21. So how does that happen? So what kind of scam work is that? How is that able for a casino to turn and pull a 21 right at the time when you are betting high? So let's watch this clip very carefully, and then we will talk later in terms of how is that possible. Now, for the dealer to pull a 21, obviously he needs a technology called, and again, it's more of a card sequencing tech. And we will show you this tech towards the end of this video, where the house can flip the card with the remote control. Just like, with the remote control, you can bounce the ball on roulette table. The cards can be actually flipped inside the deck with the remote control, and with exactly the same deck what you are seeing. It's a plastic borders, everything is transparent, and as if nothing can happen to the card. And you will see towards the end of this video how is that possible. So whenever you see that a dealer is pulling 21 right at the end, that's a scam. So let's watch this video right here. This gentleman is playing, and see how he draws a 21. How the dealer draws 21 against his 21. It's quite amazing, and he bets high, by the way. So we're going to have several examples on this.
That's bad. Give me a 6 or a 7. A 7 would be amazing, but we'll take a 6.
Right. So he got 21. Okay. So he's smiling. I mean, he's a happy man. it's a good time for him. So he bid $5,000, and guess what? You know what the dealer pulls? 21.
What?
Push. Okay. So that's a scam game. So basically, it's a very large bet, and he was sitting on 21. And the only scam, basically, the casino can do in this case is by pulling a 21.
What? What kind of fucking what? 8. That's bad. Give me a 6 or a 7. A 7 would be amazing, but we'll take a 6. What? What kind of fucking what?
All right, guys. So basically, we're going to move on to another video, and I'm going to explain this. That how online casino extensively use this trick in blackjack by pulling a 21 in order to to be the table or to be the player. So let's move on to another clip. All right, so here we go. That's the second video. Now, in this video, you will see exactly the same scam, that how the dealer pulls 21, especially when the bets are really high. So when the bets are low, you don't see this phenomenon. Okay, so you will see that this gentleman basically
Change the cards.
is betting high, and watch carefully how the dealer pulls 21 at the end.
I'm playing this one.
So he's placing, I think, that's like 5,000. Yeah, 5,000 and 5,000. That's about $10,000 bet. That's a lot of bet. That's a lot of that's a big bet size. Okay, so and then just watch the how the dealer pulls 21.
Good morning, Codeman. Nice to see
I lose it, I'm out, guys.
see you today. Welcome to
Once I lose both hands, I'm out.
Blackjack table. Masterclass got to let's begin. You're playing against 8 for the year 25th.
7 8 7 8 7 8 7 8 7 8 7 8 7 8 7 8 7 8 7 8 7 8.
7 so you play now.
Garbage.
Down.
Come on, 5.
Shows. 15
Bust.
for the year.
And 10.
Find a way. Dig deep.
Makes it 21.
All right, there you go. All right, so basically, he had 20 here and 17. In order to be the 20, the dealer has to have 21. So that's a trick. I mean, that's the rig game, right? In blackjack, you got to watch out, how the dealer pulls the 21 on your high card. Okay, so here, that's why in online blackjack, it doesn't really matter card counting or any other strategy, because the card sequencing is really a terrible trick that they use. In terms of augmented reality and the card flipping techniques and different sort of card sequencing. So here you go. Okay, so as I said, the biggest scam that the online casinos use in blackjack is pulling 21, because the number 21 can beat all the numbers by the players. Okay, so they got basically all the card sequencing is done towards dealer pulling 21. That's the biggest scam, the blackjack and online. So let's now move on to another video. All right, so let's move on to the third video, and then we will show you exactly the same trick casinos use. It's the same gentleman, okay? He's playing blackjack, and again, I think he's betting $5,000, $10,000 in total. Because of his high bet, and just watch how the dealer pulls 21 again.
First fucking Harry Potter.
My name is Alex.
Come on, buddy. You want to fucking dance with me?
No more bets. Good luck in the game.
Let's dance, bud.
I'll see 319 against 6. And 12 and 4 for you.
Come on, 10 10.
On the other side, we get 12 extra bets. Make
10.
it 21.
Like, what the fuck is this?
First fucking.
Right. Okay, so now we really have to go in depth in terms of how do they do that? How do they really pull that 21? without any trace of showing you guys that it's being rigged. So we're going to be explaining that towards the end. So let's watch a little bit more videos how the dealer pulls 21 whenever there is a high bet and when the player is sitting on high cards. All right, now in this video we're going to be showing you the first clue of how this game is rigged. Now you will see her pulling the 21 against multiple players, but look at her body reaction and then let's analyze her body language. Like, for instance, she knew that she's going to get 21. And just look at her body language, read her face, her smiles, when she's mocking the players, when she's joking around. So just basically pay attention to what she's saying and how she reacts to, when she pulls the 21 at the end.
Everyone left. I'm so sorry.
Everyone left. I'm so sorry. Wow. Okay.
Hit on 13. That's great.
Now look, here she's very serious, okay? I mean, she's like, okay, pretending that she's doing her job and she's very serious. Now look at her, body language gradually shifts to something weird.
Okay.
Look, I mean, this smile, I mean, for me is like, she knows what's coming, all right? So basically if you look at the table, right? Everyone is sitting on some kind of probably high numbers. So it's the bet sizes are 55, 60, 120. I cannot see here. That's the 55. It's a reasonably high bet, and but it seems like there's something I'm not comfortable with the way she is reacting. I mean, why is she spotting in such a way? Right. Look. I mean, she's. I mean, she knows what's coming. She knows her card already. It's like she knows the destiny. It's like it's a pre-recorded video. Okay. I mean, this card. I'm not talking about this video by entirety. I'm talking about the card video. The card itself. It's like she can see the card sequencing in the video in front of her eyes, okay? And that's what I'm reading. So she knows that she's going to land on 21.
Stand stop and 19 on the list.
Look, her eyes are all over the place. I mean, she's looking on the videos there. She's looking at the camera. She's smiling. She's like, she's having this dirty smile. I mean, as if like, it's a weird kind of body reaction. Okay, I'm not getting it. So basically, for me, what I'm reading about her, she knows that she's going to get 21.
And let's kind of get the dealer shows 11, 21. I know.
Well, I mean, 21, huh? I mean, all right. Dude, I mean, this is so bizarre, okay? I mean, anyhow, I mean, I have to give her a credit for this, honestly, okay? I mean, she knew the casino trick, and she didn't know how to hide it, okay? She's probably an honest person, and she just busted the casino. I mean, in terms of her body language. So basically, as a person, I think she is a good person. She had to basically put up with this drama to show and to tell everyone that the card is rigged. All right, that's how it is.
Everyone left. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God.
Hit on 13. That's great. Okay. Stand stop and 19 on the list. Stand. Let's kind of get the dealer shows 11, 21. I won. Everyone left. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I mean that's really bad. That's really bad. I mean, and again, I think there is some kind of loophole in her personality. Probably, she's not meant to be a dealer, but she was quite honest. For me, she was an honest woman, and she just let herself go, and she just showed everyone that it's a rigged game, and she knew that she's going to get 21 and everyone is going to lose. So it's kind of freaky. Okay, so let's move on to another hint or another evidence. How dealers they get 21, especially when the bets are high. All right, guys. Now, in this video, we're going to be showing you in terms of how the card sequencing scam works. So basically, you will see that this dealer is watching some kind of screen in front of his eyes. Okay, so there is a screen there, which he is supposed to, see exactly the card sequences of this deck. So what happens here is that somehow, the card sequencing goes wrong, and then he pulls a wrong card, and then he tries to correct it because he's supposed to get 20 or 21 all the time, depending on these players here. Okay, so basically, the instruction that he's getting is that he needs to get 20 or 21 all the time. But when he finds out that his card is not the right card and he's not gonna get 20 at the end, he will try to correct his position by scamming this player at the end, and it becomes so obvious that it's a scam. And by the way, it's on stake. It was on stake. I mean, this is really ridiculous. All right, so let's watch this video and then we'll explain it a little bit more later.
Literally gets a 20 every single time, bro. Imagine he flipped his card over and he had to reset the whole table. I would want him to do that. Please flip your card over, bro. Make that mistake, bro. What on earth?
So he took his 10 and he grabbed his 10 because he can see that he's not going to get 20 because the card sequencing went wrong. So he's trying to correct the card sequencing. So basically, what he did, he dared to pull that 10 from his position, right? So and that's kind of like awkward. I mean, it's and he didn't, by the way, and he didn't correct his position, and he did nothing about it, and you will see.
Yo.
Whoa. We know that's a 10, right? Bro. Yo, side bets and everything, man. Whoa. Whoa. If you hit, you would have been in there, bro. I told you.
Nah, if I hit, I would have been down bad.
Look, you got a 6. That's 15. That's 21.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Whoa, he's actually scamming. Whoa.
Wow. What a scam. What a scam. What a scam. All right. Basically, now here, what I'm trying to tell you guys is that, this is an incident where the card sequencing went wrong and the dealer had to correct, the mistake. And he knew that he needed that card in order to get to the 20. Okay. Otherwise, he will go bust and everybody will win. Right. So the way he was nervous and he was his eyes were all over the place, and his body language was kind of like jittering, right? I mean, he wasn't really sure what needs to be done, but he didn't care. He did it anyway in order to get the right card sequencing. So it's all about the card sequencing, and they can see it. They can see it on the screen. They can watch it, and then accordingly they take action. So basically, that's a proof that they know exactly what card's going to come out and what needs to be done, right? So that's the thing. So basically, the way the blackjack gets scammed is when the dealer gets either 20 or 21, but most likely, most of the time, the card sequencing, they manage to get it to 21. All right, guys. Now, this is the last video we're going to be doing on how the dealer pulls the 21. Especially you can see very high bet sizes. You got 500 to 575 to 600, and there is another player betting almost towards 1,000. And here you go, you have a $5,000 bet, $5,000 bet. So basically, that's a very high bet. So this is the circumstances where the dealer definitely is going to pull 21. And let's watch. Let me just mute this. So basically, as you can see, all our high cards, is 981 plus. It's on the 18, and this one is 18, and this one is for 14, 12. Let's see. Okay, so basically, there's a very, very high bet on all of them. So basically, they all stand. They didn't pull any card because the dealer had 6. Okay, so still the dealer managed to pull 21. Wow, he pulled. Oh, okay. So he had a 3, 4, 5, or 15, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 or 18. I think he's going to stand there. He's not going to pull. There you go. 8, 11, 21. All right, guys. In this video, we're going to be showing, the dealer. He knows the card sequence before the card even, comes out of the deck. So what we're going to be showing in this video is watch the dealer, his mouth. Okay, he's going to be calling the card. Basically, he will be saying 21 without even looking at the card. So just pay attention to closer that he gets to the 21. Just pay attention to his mouth. And I'm gonna play normal, and then I'm gonna play slower on the second attempt. So let's just watch this.
Again, I was already locked in for it. 10, come on.
Okay, dude, I'm not mad at all.
No, we'll take the 20. Against a 7, he just flips a 10, we're good.
Yeah, we are.
11, no, don't get, no. Okay.
10. Shit. Again?
Did you guys spot it? All right, so let's just play slow. All right, since I cannot put it on the slow motion, I'm just going to pause a little bit, quite frequently. All right, so basically these guys, they have a very high bet here. Okay, it's approximately $5,000 or $10,000 bet here. Now, the dealer is going to be having
already locked in.
Okay, so that's almost $5,000 or $10,000 bet.
Come on.
Okay, dude, I'm not mad at all.
No, we'll take the.
I'm just gonna. So let's just watch his body language and his mouth. We don't have to listen to the whole conversation here. So okay, now the player has 20. Okay, so and again, the whole, as I said, the whole manipulation is on the card sequencing, and is basically it's easily, it can be sequenced towards, the dealer pulling exactly 21, and you will see that proof, with the way he plays with his lips. So just pay attention to his lips, okay? So now, when he pulled that card, his mouth is normal, okay? So he's not calling the number. So right now he has 11, and his lips they are flat. All right. So basically, he called a number, but it's not 21. So basically, he's calling a number even before he pulled that card. But now watch the next card. Okay. Now just watch this. 20. Did you see that? Let me play that again. Okay. Just watch his mouth. Okay. Look at that. What is he saying? 20. Okay. So he knew it was 20. So where's the card? The card is right here. He didn't even look at the card. So where is his eye? His eyes is looking at, on a screen. So basically, he can see the whole card sequences on the screen. I mean, that's pretty normal, guys. I mean, they can see the whole sequence of this card on the screen. That's what it is. So he just called the number. He just said 20, 21. Okay, he just said 21 without even looking at the card. Just watch this. So that's his finger. Okay, he's pulling the card, and watch his lips. There you go, 20. He just says 21. All right, he just said 21. I mean, that's the card right there. And where's his eyes? He's looking at the screen in front of him. We cannot see the screen. He's looking at the screen. And the screen that he's looking at, he can see the whole card sequences. 21. He just said it. All right? We're going to play a little bit one more time. 21. All right? He just said it, okay, without knowing. Okay, he just said it, and no one noticed. By the way, I don't think these players they noticed it, but I noticed it. So basically, that is to prove that the card the sequencing is programmed, and they can see the card sequences on the screen. So this is second example after that what we saw seen earlier. Exactly the same way. That gentleman earlier, basically, he saw the card sequencing and it was a mistake, and he realized it was a mistake, and he pulled that card from the last player to to his own. And again, so this is even another example, very proof evidence. Basically, the dealer knows what the card is, and he just said it, 21, without even looking at the card, just by pulling the card, and he didn't even take a look at it. So there you go. 21. That's it. Oh my God. All right, guys. I mean, that's so now we're going to be moving on to a machine where actually the cards can be flipped, and actually an application they can use in order to program the sequence, and they know exactly what the sequences are, and then they can project that sequence on the screen, and they can see it, and they can flip it. They can do whatever they want to do with it. So let's move on to the final video on the technology side. So, all right, guys, now we're going to show you the devices, which is basically they're using in order to manipulate the cards. So you got to really pay attention to this. So far, we have seen a video on how they predicted on every outcome, was it the banker or the player, and how they could change from a banker to a player. So if they suspect that the banker would come out, they could easily change it to player. So let's watch this video on. See, that's a remote control, and that's what they need. That's why I showed you the RFID scanning or scan barcode on each card in order to link with that remote control device. So right now, this is, let's say, it's a blackjack shoe, all right, or it could be a baccarat shoe. I mean, it doesn't really matter. So now let's watch this. She's going to show you now how the whole thing can be rigged as a baccarat shoe or a blackjack shoe. So now here's the card, and she's showing you that everything is perfect, and this is what is basically showing you in evolution or pragmatic. Everything looks very similar, transparent. It's a plastic, transparent shoes deck. I mean, wow, it's wonderful, right? It cannot be manipulated. So basically, here you go. She's showing you this is my remote control, and I can do basically just press the button here as I pretend that as if I'm pressing a button in order to do something like for screen or something, and then what she would be doing is probably something in order to flip the card or something else. Or this remote control can easily be sitting somewhere behind the scene, behind the screens, and nobody can see it. Well, okay. Now she shuffled the card, and everything looks well. She's going to put the card, into the deck, and now she's going to show you that she knows all the sequences in the card and how she can flip them. Now, just watch this. All right, perfect. She shuffled the card. Now here we go. She's saying that I'm going to draw the cards based on this sequence. 2 is going to come out, and then 10 is going to come out, and then Queen.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is base 44.
And then 7. And then 8. And then 3. And then 10. And then ace. So she just wrote this randomly. She doesn't know. She just wrote it randomly. But she can make this sequence to come. There you go. That's a 2. Okay, that's a 10. That's a queen. That's a 7. That's the 8. That's a 3. That's a 10. and we got the ace. Wow, magic. How did she do that? Now she's going to explain how she can do this. All right, now just watch. Just watch. What is she going to do now? Now this is very very important, guys. Just pay attention to this. Now here's the go. Now she's showing you a card, which is whatever, a picture. Okay. Now I want you to pay attention to this. She's showing you how she can flip this card easily while it is flipped inside the deck. So now look, I mean, she's showing you, look, you guys can see this card. I put it inside. All right. Um, Now just watch how she can flip this card. So you know what pragmatic and evolution can do. Can just flip the cards inside the deck forever, and you will never notice what happened inside the deck. Now here we go. All right, now she's gonna pull up the remote control. All right, guys, watch this carefully. She pulled that remote control and pressed on it, and look at this card. It's a picture, right? It's right there. It's a picture, isn't it? It was a normal card. It's just a regular card. Nothing wrong with it. Look what happens. Bam! Flipped. It got flipped. It flipped on the back of the card before that. Okay? It got flipped. Bam! There you go. All right. Now, which one is, I mean, look, oh my God, look at that, look at that. It got flipped again. There it is. All right, guys. Well, what can I say? After this, if you don't believe me, or if you really, believe that, it's a fair game that you're playing and everything is random on pragmatic and evolution, good luck, my guys. Good luck. Okay, that's not the case. Okay, now it's a well proven. We have just shown you how they can easily flip the cards inside the deck without you even noticing what's going on, even though everything looks perfectly normal. Okay, so that's a terrible scam that you're engaged in when you are playing online casinos. Right now, here we're going to explain again. It's a different device how they can manipulate the cards. So what she's going to show you that this is the deck, and she's going to put cards in the deck, and she got this apps. Okay, now in this one she doesn't have a remote control. It's basically is driven by the app itself. So the app basically you can program the app, and all these cards got RFID. Remember that I showed you the RFID scan bars. So basically, those RFID is linked with the apps, and you can flip it inside the deck. You can do whatever you want to do with it, and we have shown you how you can flip the card. And basically, you can also arrange the cards in a certain sequence, from your apps, from your mobile phone. And she's going to show you how this is done. All right, now here we go. Just putting the card. Okay, now that's the apps. Basically, she's going to show you the order that the apps will put the cards inside the deck in a certain sequence. So basically, apps will make the cards come out 4, King, 3, 9, 4. Okay, and that's how this apps basically gonna sequence the cards. There you go, 4, 3, 9, 4. Voila, that's it. All right, guys. So be careful when you are playing online. I would say do not play online, and it's full of scams, and it's not random at all. Okay, it's and once you are tagged, basically they're after you, and you will notice that whenever you are playing with real money, you are losing. But when you are not playing with real money, but you are monitoring, a certain strategy or system or whatever, it seems like everything is perfect, and you wish that you had placed a bet, because when you are not betting, when you are paper betting, it seems like you are winning. But when you are placing a bet, it goes against you. Now, this is why, because they just playing against you, because they're trying to drive you nuts, and they will let you win whenever they want to. They will give you money back from your deposit, and if you are, and then once they see you that you're coming down from 100% to 20%, 30%, they might allow you win back 10%, and then they will basically, again, they're going to play against you, and then they will drive you nuts and bolts and crazy, so that you go and chase losses and place bigger bets. And then once you start betting bigger bets, and that's it, you're gone, you're finished, they got you, by your balls. So basically, this is what's going on. All right. So we have shown you how they manipulate and scam you, in baccarat shoes, and this is exactly what's going on in evolution and in pragmatic while you're playing in online. All right, guys. This is what it is, and stay away from online casinos. I would say just stick to land-based casinos. Once in a while for fun. Do not get addicted. Do not fall into these traps. Save your money. Save it in a safe place. Do not transfer them online. Do not play online, and just stay safe. All right, guys. Cheers.